So we have this Paramount Skydance merger taking place. This has been ongoing for several months at this point. I think we first heard about this about a year ago. And anyway, the merger, the deal, will be finalising some point next year, early next year. The merger should be finalising. So we have this from Cosmic Book News. Warner Brothers Discovery stockholders overwhelmingly approve Paramount Skydance merger. Warner Brothers Discovery says its stockholders have officially approved the company's proposed transaction with Paramount Skydance, marking another major step toward what would be one of the biggest media mergers in recent years. The vote took place at a special meeting held Thursday where shareholders backed the previously announced deal. Warner Brothers Discovery said the transaction is still expected to close in the third quarter of 2026, pending the usual closing conditions and regulatory approvals. I mean, I suppose we should all ignore the fact that, we should ignore the huge monopolization of all of this, We should ignore that, really. We should ignore the monopolization going on here. And the violating of antitrust laws, We should ignore that, really. Don't even think about that. According to the company, Warner Brothers Discovery stockholders voted overwhelmingly in favour of adopting the merger agreement with Paramount. Nearly 99% of the votes were in favour. WBD Board Chair Samuel A. D. Piazza Jr., that's a fucking name and a half, fucking hell, said the company appreciates the support from shareholders and framed the vote as a move toward unlocking more value from Warner Brothers Discovery's entertainment assets. He also said the combined company would aim to expand consumer choice and support the global creative community. We appreciate the support and confidence our stockholders have placed in us to unlock the full value of our world-class entertainment portfolio. With Paramount, we look forward to creating an exceptional combined company that will expand consumer choice and benefit the global creative talent community. The question is, what is going to happen with James Gunn and DC? I think that's what we all want to know. I think that's what we all want to know. Will this affect James Gunn and James Gunn's DC? That is the real question, to be honest. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav also commented on the vote, calling it another key milestone in completing the deal. Zaslav said Warner Brothers Discovery has spent the last 4 years transforming the company and returning it to industry leadership. He added that the merger with Paramount is expected to create what he described as a leading next-generation media and entertainment company. Over the past 4 years, our teams have transformed Warner Brothers Discovery and returned the company to industry leadership. Today's stockholder approval is another key milestone toward completing this historic transaction that will deliver exceptional value to our stockholders. We will continue to work with Paramount to complete the remaining steps in this process. So, yeah, this is obviously a huge deal, a very big deal. This is probably one of the biggest sort of mergers. That's happened in Hollywood. Certainly as of recent. I mean, Fox being bought out by Disney was pretty significant for Disney. But obviously, I mean, this is much more significant than, the Marvel buyout, the Lucasfilm buyout. The Paramount's catalogue now. The catalogue of films and franchises and IPs that Warner Brothers now has access to is insane. It is crazy how much stuff Warner Brothers now have access to, now own, essentially. I mean, Warner Brothers are the owners of a lot of properties, a lot of IPs, a lot of franchises. Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, DC. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of iconic stuff and big money makers in Paramount's catalogue, in Warner Brothers catalogue, which Paramount now has access to. So this is a huge deal. This is bigger than the Lucasfilm buyout, the Marvel buyout. Yeah, I don't know if we've actually seen one on this scale before, to be honest. Maybe I'm wrong. So what happens next? While shareholders have approved the transaction, the merger is not yet complete. Warner Brothers Discovery said the final vote results still need to be certified by its independent inspector of election. Those results will be then filed with the US Securities and Exchange Commission in a Form 8K. The deal also remains subject to customary closing conditions, including regulatory clearances. If everything moves forward as planned, the transaction is expected to close in Q3 of 2026, which is close. Yeah, very close, because it's, April? So, Q3 starts next month, doesn't it? I believe. Is that right? Something like that. Warner Brothers Discovery also listed the firms advising on the transaction. Allen and Company, JP Morgan, and Evercore are serving as financial advisors. Wachtel, Lipton, Rosen & Katz, and Debevoise and Plimpton LLP are acting as legal counsel. This shareholder approval is a big piece of the process and keeps the Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount Skydance merger on track. The bigger question now is whether regulators sign off and whether the companies hit their Q3 2026 target. For now, Warner Brothers Discovery is presenting the vote as a major win and a clear sign that shareholders are on board with the merger. Yeah, so, I mean, Paramount now have access to, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, DC Comics, the DC movies, DC on film, DC games, even. They even have the rights to the DC games as well, because all of that was under Warner Brothers. Might be Warner Brothers Games, whatever Warner Brothers video game subsidiary is called. That will be part of it. So yeah, this is a very significant deal. This is probably the biggest one that we've seen, definitely in the last 5 years. But yeah, I mean, what everyone wants to know really is what is gonna happen with James Gunn and DC and the DCU. You know, I mean, we've got Supergirl, not that far out. A trailer dropped for Clayface the other day, maybe it was yesterday. Clayface isn't too far out either. We've got Superman 2, Man of Tomorrow, is supposed to be next year, maybe 2029. I don't think we have specifics on that yet. And obviously, we've got Matt Reeves' The Batman Part 2, which I'm very excited for personally. And so are a lot of other people. That really is Matt Reeves' Batman trilogy. Hopefully, it is a trilogy. Is the best thing that DC's got going at the moment. To be honest, it really is. So, yeah. Again, we'll have to see on that. You know, all of this is very. This is all very new. All of this is very new, so we don't really. We don't know yet, and we won't know for a bit more time. You know. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to cover for today. So, see you later.